Good morning, good afternoon, and good day to all, and welcome to another edition of Homie Picks. It is week 8. Season's going by pretty quick, isn't it? It's me, Lou, Ben, fellas. How y'all feeling today?
Hmm,
No,
I don't
it's
know.
been a weird week for these guys. Like,
Yeah,
it's been a weird week.
it was a downer. It was a downer.
It was a good Monday night for this guy.
Yeah. And Derrick
For
Henry.
number 8. Never Henry too. Yeah, it was good to be a Raven fan. Yeah, even though the defense went to shit in the fourth quarter, but I mean, you had a good, comfortable enough lead to not worry too much about it. Um, we had an interesting Thursday night game though. Uh, Shout out to the Rams toppling the now two loss in a row Vikings. Which was very interesting to see that. I didn't think I thought we would be back to the to the good old days of having bad Thursday night football games, and actually had a good one. So it was actually a pretty entertaining game. Um, but we'll see how the rest of this weekend fares out though. Starting off with Philly at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a 2.5 point favorite, minus 154, 47 and a half over under. Um, Lou, where do you see this one going?
Well, as much as I hate to say it, I gotta rock with Philly on this one, man. I think they won't have Goddard, but I mean, Saquon put on a goddamn masterclass at MetLife Stadium and still took like half the quarter off, which was ridiculous. Um, I think they're gonna continue to ride Saquon. I mean, he's probably outside of Derrick Henry, the best running back in the NFL this year. Uh, yeah, I mean, the only down point I have is that Jalen Hurts hasn't been Jalen Hurts yet. We haven't seen him be him yet. But if they continue doing what they're doing and rely on Saquon, uh, I don't see them losing to Cincy. Cincy just has gotten lucky with their schedule. I mean, playing the Giants, these both teams played Giants last. We've seen it. Giants are very, very beatable. I think Philly, this is the game they need to make a statement, saying that they're gonna take the AFC East. So I'm riding with Philly on this one.
Yeah, I mean, Philly did good things against the Giants, but it is the Giants. This one's tough. Like Luke said, Hurts is not playing well yet, but they're doing just enough, I guess, riding Saquon for sure. But I have to go with Cincy here. I think, Burrow's playing well. Again, it's just the defense hasn't been, although they've played better the last 2 weeks. I don't know. This one's real tough to me, but I feel like Cincy has just enough offense to cover here. Philly, they just make some weird decisions sometimes. I just don't trust them 100%. I think the back end is still weak, and Burrow's I think he might be the only QB with multiple touchdown games this season, meaning more than two. And then on top of that, just history, just Joe Burrow, he's good against the NFC. I believe he's like 9-1. So I'll just ride the history. I'll go with Burrow. I think they were a little bit more desperate than Philly right now. I see. I like the Bengals.
I think Philadelphia is a good enough team. I think Cincinnati has come on better um, the past couple of weeks. They kind of woke up from a little spell that they were under. Um, Philly, Philly did put on a masterclass against the Giants. I just don't think that it was doing it against a playoff playoff aspirating team. That we've come to see Cincinnati be. I think competition breeds competition. I think going against Jamar Chase is always him, Higgins. That Cincinnati has a really good offense. Um, So, I know Philly's going through some injury stuff. So I really hate to see Cincinnati win this game. I really want Cincinnati to lose this game badly. But I think they do edge it out though. I think Cincinnati does edge out this game. I think um Macaulay Culkin, Joe Burrow does have a good three touchdown game. Um and but I also think we do get a another tush push touchdown this week too. So, because we did see that one also with Jalen recently. So, yeah, silly. I see Cincinnati win this one. It'll be a close score though. I don't see it being a beat down. I don't see it being a blowout. Uh, but then I know you're hoping for a beat down against Houston because y'all going to Houston. It's Indy, the Texans. Currently the Texans are a 4.5 point favorite. Uh, minus 230, 45.5 point over under. Um, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out. Like Indy plays weird because Indy has potential at times to play really damn good football. Um, I think thank God for Joe Flacco because if without him, I don't know if Indy would even be really even have a shot in this game. I think the best thing that's going for Indy right now is the fact that Houston just does not play consistently well this year. Um, Houston is really not shined the way that they did last year. Um, I don't know if it's a little bit of regression or whatnot. Um, I do think Indy does have a shot in this game, just because of one division rivalries. Always teams seem to find ways to play people tougher. Um, I think I think being that y'all have being that Indy does um have a few weapons on that field that can make a factor defensively and offensively, to slow down Houston's offense. And Houston has a hell of an offense. If they get clicking, it's gonna be a bad game. But I saw what y'all did in what was it, week one when y'all played them?
Yeah.
I think it was week one when y'all played them last. Houston really hasn't shown much to show much separation from week one. They really haven't, you know, excelled that much since. I mean, they've won games, yes, but they really haven't looked great in a lot of those games. So, and since then, Flacco has become the quarterback. So I'm actually gonna go with the surprise pick and say Indy for the win. Lou, what you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Indy, crazy to say that Indy played better with Joe Flacco than I did with Richardson back there. Is that crazy to say? Like, hearing Joe Flacco's name, it's weird to hear it in a football game still. Like, it doesn't belong. Like he should be announcing the game instead of actually playing in the game. Um, I gotta roll with CJ Stroud though. Like, I don't know. Like, this is a divisional game. It matters. This game matters. And they want to get that separation. Um, I think Joe Mixon is back, if I'm right, for them.
Yeah.
He goes, they go. So I'm rolling with Houston on this one, just because it's I don't like Indy with Richardson as quarterback right now, which is crazy to say.
Well, I mean, it's not crazy to say, to be quite honest. I mean, and this is what they signed up for. A very unexperienced quarterback going through the growing pains and they're seeing it. I mean, I think he's completing under 50% of his throws. So yeah, it's a difficult watch and it's very nerve-wracking because you don't know which one you're gonna get. If he's gonna come out firing or he's gonna be missing the balls. But yeah, it's I feel Flacco probably is the better passer, but you know what Flacco is already at this point, and you just do you want to go down the hole just playing a quarterback that just might be retiring at the end of the year instead of just giving the guy the reps that he needs because he just really needs reps. So that's what makes it tough for me here, because you just don't know which Richardson you're gonna get. I believe Jonathan Taylor's be back. But I'm gonna have to hit pick here Houston. I I think Houston does just enough. I think Houston does just enough to win because, again, like I said, they just our defense just hasn't been able to stop anybody much, and just offensively just haven't been consistent enough. Now, if Richardson comes out firing, kind of like when he was starting the Pittsburgh game before he got injured, then I think we have a really good shot. But the way they've been playing, just he can't get the easy hit throws yet. He leaves too many of those on the table. Um, I mean, do we have a shot? We do. I believe Nico Collins is still hurt, so they don't play as well offensively, Houston. But I mean, they killed us with the running game, so I don't think we've really addressed that 100%. So it'll be a close game. If I was betting, I would take the points or with the Colts because I think it'll be a close game. But I feel just like usually CJ just does just enough at the end, just one last play that just gets them that extra thing. So yeah, I'll unfortunately go with Houston here.
Well, we all three have picked against our team this year. All right. Going on to the Code Northwest. Buffalo at Seattle. Buffalo is a 3-point favorite, minus 164. Also 45 and a half point over under. Um, Ben, how do you see that one faring out?
Um, yeah, this one I hear the weather might be a factor, so we'll see how this one plays out. But it's in Seattle. I'm gonna lean towards Buffalo on this one, actually. I feel like Buffalo has good offensive potential, even though they still have a lot of young guys. But adding Amari Cooper last week, I think that really helped them out a lot. Like he gets so much more attention that it really is gonna open up the passing lane for others. And then on top of that, the running game. They have a good running game. The thing about Seattle is like they're a good team, a really good team, but they just not like they don't have any like wow to them, like they haven't really beaten any huge teams. Most of the teams that they've beaten have been average or below average. Gino's been all right. I think DK's a little hurt. Um, they are getting fully healthy defensively, but I don't know. I feel like Buffalo does just enough, gets enough. I think they've Josh Allen keeps it clean and he keeps it close, and I think that's how they get the win. Probably Amari Cooper just shows out a little bit more this week, getting more familiar with playbook. Yeah, I like Buffalo, even though they're going into Seattle. I think they have the better shot here.
Um, for me, I didn't think Seattle would go to Atlanta at a 1 o'clock game and destroy them like like they did. Um, I didn't think Seattle would be this good of a team 8 weeks in. Um, Yet uh, Gino, Gino and crew have been wrecking up. Been wrecking. They've been doing what they need to do. You know, doesn't matter who it is. Competition's competition. It's all NFL, all professionals here. And the Seahawks have been, holding fort. Um, Whether going to the East Coast or or doing the I do at home. Uh, Buffalo has become a better team, especially since that beatdown they got against the Ravens. But I had to throw that shot out. But you know, um, getting Amari is a good look. I do think that Buffalo is getting better. I still don't think they're there yet, though. Um, and for that, I do think Seattle wins this game. I think Seattle does enough at home. Um, Whether or not, I think I still don't always fully trust Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a great regular season quarterback, no doubt about it. But I think Seattle just does enough with the crew that they do have. Because if you don't have Kenneth Walker, if you don't have DK, you find somebody else, and there's always somebody in Seattle who's doing something. So I think Seattle does enough. I think 3 points is fair. I definitely think because of that, I think it's definitely Seattle will cover. But yeah, I think Seattle for the win. Nope.
I was back and forth on this one, and as you guys spoke, I took points from both of yous. But I'm gonna roll with Seattle on this one as well. Um, just on the sheer fact that I think this is gonna be a big Kenneth Walker game, especially if weather has a play in it. I'm not sure if they get DK back. I mean, a minor MCL sprain. They may put him in, may not. It's up in the air, but I think Kenneth Walker's gonna have a very, very good game here. I think the 12th man is completely underrated over there in Seattle because they get loud as hell. And I think this is a loss that, you know, a lot of people don't see coming. I think this is gonna probably be one of the more uglier losses for the Bills. I don't even think it's gonna be a 3-point game. I think Seattle's gonna make a statement early in this game. Um, and I'm gonna rock with them. Just got the home field advantage. They got the 12th man, and I don't trust Buffalo's defense, especially that front seven. No Von Miller, if Kenneth Walker starts going downhill and they keep feeding him, make it a short field game. That way, and Jigba can get loose. Maybe some Lockett gets loose, and yeah, I got Seattle winning this one handily. And this loss helps out, the Jets too. So,
Which the Jets need all the help they can get at this
exactly.
point. Um, Move to the next one into the nation's capital area. Chicago versus Washington. Right now, Chicago is a 3-point favorite. Negative 154 as a favorite. And 43 and a half point over under. Um, Ben, do you think the loss of Jaden Daniels makes a difference?
Yeah, I think it does actually. I think it does. I thought it was going to be a really good game if Jaden was going to play, but obviously he got the rib injury. So those are tough. I mean, I believe he's still day to day, but I don't see him playing. Like it's a very painful one to go through. So they'll probably sit him out. So they get Mariota up, which I guess he did okay last week, but that just one start. That's all you can expect from him. I wouldn't expect him to be great or good for a second consecutive week. But that said, I do feel Commanders play decent enough defense. I Chicago, I don't know. Chicago is a very interesting team. Like they look good against pretty average teams, but they haven't really played anybody tough, like a good above 500 team. This would have been a good test for them if Jaden played, but obviously he's not playing. But uh, yeah, I'm kind of flipping back and forth on this one, but I think I'll stick with my original pick and I'll take the Commanders here. I just feel like Dan Quinn's defense is gonna just ruffle enough, make Caleb just uncomfortable enough that he's gonna make try to make a Superman kind of play and just give up an interception. Like again, I feel like they love the competition, but they're probably pretty on close. I just don't trust Chicago yet. I just don't see it yet. Maybe I'm being too much of a hater there, but their defense plays well. But I have to see them win like beat a quality team, which I haven't seen them do yet. So just because of that, I'll go with Washington.
Nope.
Yeah, I was lining up for this to be one versus two, big showdown. Um, I gotta rock with Caleb Williams on this one just because he still has to make that statement, right? He has to say, "Hey, I'm probably the better quarterback. I was drafted number one. I need to make this statement." Uh, he needs to lean on his running game. He needs to lean on the short, check down passes. Don't try to do too much. Um, and hopefully he can win this game. I don't know. I'm flippy floppy on this one too, but I think I'm gonna roll with Caleb Williams just on the sheer fact that his energy is gonna be on 1,000 in this game. This is like his Super Bowl for him, essentially for this week. He needs to go in there and just dominate. So on the sheer fact of I'm picking him to just ball out and show out, I'm going with Chicago. Jared's
Well,
mighty Chicago Bears.
um, I'm gonna make this one really short and really simple. No Jaden, no chance. Um, Chicago. That's how I'm gonna lean. Mariota did an excellent job against the Carolina Panthers. The end. So no Jaden, no chance. I think that team goes as far as he goes, and I think he is the rookie of the year. I wish him a speedy recovery. I think that kid is going to be phenomenal. Um, I think Caleb has gotten better as the season has gone on. Um, we thought he'd have been. We thought uh, by now he would have been making TikToks with Jackson Mahomes at this point. And instead, he's making serviceable passes. Getting better. I guess as the season's gone, it's gotten a little bit better, easier for him. He's settling in more. The running game is going strong for them. DJ Moore is happy ish, happy ish. But yeah, no Jaden, no chance. I'm sorry. Just can't go to Washington without that kid going there. But we're gonna wrap it up with I guess somebody's gonna be happy we finally talk about their team. How about them Cowboys going against San Francisco? Uh, Sunday night football game, 4.5 point favorite are the Niners. So much of a favorite, they're minus 235, 47.5 point over under. Um, I guess, I guess I'll start off and I'll say, hi, Paul. We don't really talk about your Niners much, right? So now you guys got the Cowboys, and last time Cowboys were on Sunday Night Football, I believe they were going against Pittsburgh, and nobody believed in the Cowboys. And how about them Cowboys? So can they make it? Can they make it 2-0 on Sunday Night Football? I don't think so. Even with the loss of Ayuk is out for the year, correct? So
Yeah.
Everybody. They lost everybody. Everybody out.
Ayuk, Debo Samuel, McCaffrey, everybody's out in San
Kittles is banged
Francisco.
up.
Um, Offensively, I don't know what San Francisco is really going to do. I do know Dak Prescott can make good ass throws and then make some erratically horrible throws. I do know the Cowboys offense is very erratic. I also do know the San Francisco defense is, as long as you have a living, breathing Bosa back there, they're going to be on fire. So I think San Francisco's defense is the only reason why they win this game. I don't think it's going to be. I don't know what happened to Brock Purdy. Maybe he needs more help. I guess I don't know, but I mean he has Kittle at least. Thank God for that. But um, Purdy has become more vulnerable this year. I've seen whatever he was last year. He's not that same player. Um, but I think San Francisco's defense is the only reason why they're really going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. Um, Barely scratching 20. I think that's how good the defense is for both. Well, that's how good I think the defense of San Francisco. I don't know about Dallas's offense, period. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So I'm gonna say San Francisco, I guess. Um, Lou, how you feeling about this?
When the NFL picks the schedule, this is probably one of those games they circle like, look, it's gonna be a crazy game, Dallas. But Sunday night versus San Francisco, two big fan bases, and both the teams suck right now, which is crazy. Um, I don't know. Like, I don't. Dallas sucks all around. We may have Dalvin Cook starting a game. That if that don't tell you how depressing the Dallas is right there. Um, San Francisco is like literally hobbling people out of the ER to play. This is gonna be one of the probably this is probably be the ugliest game. This could have been a Thursday night game. I would have loved them to switch Thursday night and Sunday night to this, because it would have made a world of a difference. Um, I'm gonna roll. I don't know. Like 49ers, the skin of their teeth, I think. Maybe it can go either way. This game can really go either way. As bad as the Cowboys look, it, I mean, coming off of what happened to them in Detroit, where they got slapped around, and abused. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say 49ers just because for you, Paul. For you. All right, Hefe. I'll go with 49ers.
Wow. All right. You guys said it basically. It's just like two limping dogs going into a fight right now. You don't know which one to pick. So my any meeny fell on Dallas today. I'm going with Dallas. I think they're just coming off a bye, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully they had some time to prepare. Um, San Francisco's just really hurt team right now. They just don't have much offensively. We know Purdy is limited, so I think the Cowboys just have just enough. Maybe we'll see a Zeke Elliott game or something. I don't know, but I just feel like Dallas just has enough. I think I trust Dak and CD just enough. At least, and those two are out there. The only healthy duo there offensively, so I feel like that probably gives them the little bit of the edge. But yeah, like San Francisco's just going through it with injuries, and I it's just showing just Purdy just really can't carry a team that he really needs the help. So I know it's San Francisco's at home, but yeah, just I'm gonna rock with Jerry World there. Go with Cowboys. I think it'll be a wacky game. That somehow they'll end up winning.
Yeah, yes, it's not gonna be a pretty game this Sunday night. It wasn't pretty when it was Dallas and Pittsburgh, so it's just not be a pretty game. Even hell, the past two times Pittsburgh was on Sunday Night Football wasn't pretty either. Except they
Hmm.
beat the dog shit at the last opponent. I guess they didn't want to get caught up like last time. Yeah, I don't. It's gonna be an ugly game. That so right quick, Lou, how was it going to the Giants game? I know it wasn't a outcome you wanted, but how was it going to the game? How was the experience
But
being a
tailgating was fun
Washington?
as always. Stadium is great. Giants just suck, man. It was so pitiful sitting there in the stands. You know, watching them go up and down the field. Daniel Jones looks so bad in person. Oh my God. It looks so bad. Uh, you know, yeah, all in all, like it was tough to watch as a Giants fan, because he just made boneheaded mistake after mistake after mistake. Um, all in all, good experience, good food, had fun with good people. It was a Sunday night game, so it got hella cold. I will tell you, if you're going to the Sunday and Monday night games and MetLife, windy as hell over there. Um, all in all, good experience. Service sucks though, service wise. Too many goddamn people. I think they need to put some more cellular antennas over there. In my opinion, though, I mean, great atmosphere. The Giants just look so bad in person. I mean, on TV it looks bad, but when you're in person and you get to see like the quarterback look left, look right, see somebody open left, and then run right, like it was just bad. Um, I don't see the end at the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel with the Giants. I think this is going to be our misery for the next 4 years, probably, until we figure the hell out. Uh, Other than that, great experience though.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, Baseball, at the end, Yankees and Dodgers. Uh,
Fun fact
Kirk
about
Gibson.
baseball though, before you get into that, do you know
Hmm?
why the World Series started on Friday?
No,
No,
To not interfere with Sunday night football.
makes sense.
interesting.
But that wasn't always the case. So there used to be no Sunday night football because of the World Series.
Hmm.
They should have done it this time because the Sunday night football game is going to be trash. I think we should flex the World Series in this place.
I agree. Game 3 in New York
In New
on
York on Sunday.
I agree. No one wants to see that game anyway. But
No,
but Kirk Gibson 2.0 did happen. So Yankees did lose that one, but it's a 7 game series. We still feel strong about Yankees in 7.
I
yeah, I mean,
do.
I think every analyst, everybody out there, us included, doesn't see a sweep here. I mean, these are two number 1 teams going at it. Um, I think we took the Dodgers' best hit, honestly. Um, they threw out their best pitcher. We kept Otani in place. Um, you just don't put a pitcher in that hasn't pitched in fucking forever.
Exactly.
That was like the
Yeah,
Daniel
let's
Jones of pitchers right there. Like we all knew it was coming. We all knew it was going to happen there.
Yep.
It wasn't good.
yeah,
Not a
let's
good
not do
at
that
all.
again. Yeah,
No.
let's not do that again.
No, let's not. Let's not.
Um, Knicks did take a big beating against Boston, but they did bounce back. Is Boston going to be a runaway um, regular season team?
I think so. Barring injuries, I think so. They look unstoppable, and they don't even have their full team yet. So, in short, yes.
Boston looks very. I mean, against them and Washington, they look very dominant. So,
Yeah, I
you know,
mean, they hit what 29 threes. That's never gonna happen again. I don't think so. Like that was just ridiculous. Like they were shooting Steph Curry level, but Boston is the team to beat.
right. We'll talk about more baseball, football, basketball, maybe hockey. Like, share, subscribe. Tell me we're right. Tell me we're wrong. We'll get back at you. Week 9, NFL. Peace.
That's right.